Good morning, students. Today we are going to revise the lesson water. We know that water is essential for survival of all living things. If there is no water, there is no life. How much the water is very important. Especially in our human body is made of 60 to 70 percentage of water. Do you believe that? Yes, really, human body is made of 60 to 70 percentage of water. This water helps to regulate the body temperature, and this water carries the nutrient and oxygen to the cells. We know that oxygen is very important to us, and that nutrient is also important. Every cells of the human body needs oxygen and nutrients. This is carries through the water. So water is important. It acts like a carrier. It carries nutrients and oxygen to the cells. And water, it helps to remove the waste from human body. Do you know how much liters of water required for your human body? It depends the age and sex. For example, an adult human, especially man, an adult man need 3.7 liter of water per day. Like that, adult woman need 2.7 liters of water per day. Okay, so water, that much amount of water is required for our human body. Adult man required 3.7 liters of water per day, and woman required 2.7 liters of water per day. We know that how human body is made of 60 to 70 percentage of water. Okay, and we know that earth is known as blue planet. Why it is known as blue planet? Because abundance of water has present in the earth's surface. So abundance, a much amount of water has present on the earth's surface. Approximately 70 percentage of earth's surface is covered by water. Among this 70 percentage, 90 percentage of total water is present on earth's surface is saline nature. We know that what is saline nature? It is a salty in taste. So among the 70 percentage of water, 97 percentage is saline in nature, salty in taste. So we cannot able to use in household purposes and agricultural activities. And remaining 3% of water is fresh water. Among this 3% of water, 2/3 of fresh water is present in glaciers and polar ice caps. So it present in the solid form. We cannot able to use it directly. Only 1% of water on the earth is available for consumption. The water is used for consumption is known as potable water. So what is the potable water? It is used for our consumption. Okay, so earth is known as blue planet because of abundant amount of water has present on earth's surface. Approximately it covers 70% of earth's surface is covered by 70% of water. Among this, 97 is salty in taste. That means it present in oceans and sea. And remaining 3% is fresh water. 2/3 of this present in the form of ice. We cannot able to use this ice directly. Remaining only 1% of water is available for consumption. The water is used for the consumption is known as potable water. Properties of water. We know that A good water is colorless. See students, water is colorless. Water is not in blue in color, green in color or red in color. Water is a colorless thing. And it is odorless. Odorless means what? Smell. It not contain any particular smell. And also tasteless. It not contain a certain taste. Saline, salt, sweet, no. It is a tasteless things. Why the ocean water is occurs saline in taste means because of salt. Salts are dissolved in the ocean water. So the ocean water is saline in taste. Okay. So truly the water is tasteless and it dissolves many substances. So the water is known as universal solvent. So what are the properties of water, children? Colorless, odorless, tasteless, and it dissolves many substances, so it is known as universal solvent. So why that water is known as universal solvent? Because it dissolves many substances. Different forms of water. We know that water is the only element in the earth. It exists in all three forms. Okay. So water exists in nature in three states, that is three forms. One is a solid, liquid and gaseous. Ice is an example for solid form of water, and drinking water, that is example for liquid form of water, and water vapor or steam, example for gaseous form of water. Next we see about water molecule. Everything in the universe is made up of small particles. These small particles are known as atoms. Okay, like that water is also made of small particles. Okay, for example, water is made of 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen atom. See this picture. O represent oxygen atom, and both side of the O, the letter alphabet H is denoted, isn't it? That H represent hydrogen atom. Okay, so water molecule is made of 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen atom. So the chemical formula of water is H2O. Say that, H2O. Hydrogen represent H, oxygen is represented by O. So the number 2 represent 2 hydrogen atoms present in it. So what is the chemical formula for water? H2O. You mention the number as lower script or subscript. Okay. So this is the structure of water molecule. So we know that water is a shapeless, but the water molecule is a bending shape. See that it is a bend in nature. Okay. So water is made up of small water molecule. The water molecule contains 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen atom. The chemical formula for water is H2O. Okay. Uses of water. We know that water is used in many ways. It is used for household purposes, bathing, drinking, cooking. Like that, household purposes it is used. In agriculture, it is mainly used for irrigation purpose. We know that plants are require water for prepare the food. So that irrigation way we can supply the water to the plants. And it is used in industries also. We know that water is a good solvent. In industries, it acts as a solvent. Okay, as well as some cooling methods also need the water. So the water acts as a solvent as well as a coolant. It cools the machineries. Okay, so it is used in industries for cooling purpose as well as the solvent nature also. Okay, and it is used to generate the electricity. In hydroelectric power plants, current is produced by water. So water is also used to generate electricity. These are all the uses. Apart from that, water is used in many ways. So water is used for household purposes, and in agriculture it used for irrigation. In industries it acts as a good solvent and coolant, and it is also used to generate the electricity in hydroelectric power plants. Water cycle. The water circulation on the earth's surface is maintained by water cycle. First, what is water cycle? The circulation of water between the oceans and land is known as water cycle. So by this water cycle only that water is maintained on the earth surface. There are four main steps in water cycle. One is the evaporation, second steps transpiration, condensation and precipitation. These four steps are involved in the water cycle. Evaporation. Evaporation is the process. In this process, liquid converted into vapor form. See the two pictures here. One is drying of cloth in sunny day and drying of clothes in humid day. So humid day is nothing but air contain the moisture high level. Okay, so the presence of moisture in the air is high. This is known as the humidity. Okay, so see the picture. Compare the two picture. Which one dries fast? During the sunny day or during the humid day? And which day the clothes are dries fast? Absolutely during the sunny day. Why? Means because the sun's heat helpful for evaporation. The heat increase the evaporation rate. Okay, so during the humid day the moisture content on the air is very high, so the water cannot able to evaporate fastly. But in sunny day the moisture content is very less, so the water from the wet cloth it easily evaporates. Okay, see the transpiration. Transpiration is also the process. In this process, a liquid form of water is converted into vapor form, but this process is only done by plants. Okay, so the transpiration is the process of converting liquid into vapor by plants. And see that condensation. That condensation is the process. In this process, water vapor is converted into water. That means vapor is converted into liquid form on cooling. This condensation is very helpful for forming clouds. We know that how do clouds are formed. Water vapor are condensed to form a tiny droplet. These tiny droplets are combined together to make a large droplets. These large droplets are pulled towards the earth's surface due to the gravitation. Okay, so this condensation is very helpful for formation of clouds. See that, have you observed that if the tumbler of water is filled with chill water, you may observe small water droplet on the surface of the tumbler, surface of the glass, isn't it? Why that droplet appears on the surface of glass? We know that inside the glass it contains a chill water. chill water cools the atmospheric air. We know that we are surrounded by air. The air contains the water vapor, isn't it? That water vapor is condensed. That means that water vapor converted into liquid form. That cooling is done by these chill water present in the glass. Okay, so the water vapor condensed to form a droplet that is stick on the surface of the glass. So you may observe small droplets of water is surrounded on the glass containing ice water or chill water. Have you observed this activity, students? If you are not observed, try it now. Take a glass of water from the fridge and observe this a small water droplet on the surface of the glass may appear due to the condensation. And that precipitation. After condensation, water droplets are formed. That water droplets are fall on the surface of earth by the method precipitation. The precipitation may happen as rain, snow and hail. Snow and hail is the solid form. Okay, rain is the liquid form of water. So in this precipitation way, the water reaches on the earth's surface again. After the precipitation, the water goes back to the ocean. So first the snow, if the precipitation is snow, means the snow are melted and it convert into the liquid. Okay, these liquids are formed as stream and river. Finally the river travels along river travels long journey on the land. After that finally it ended with ocean. Like that in the rainwater also it forms a stream and it reaches the river, finally is go to oceans. Sometimes the water is also, the river water is goes to the lakes also. Okay, some of the rainwater is seeped or absorbed by ground due to the gravitational force. Okay, that seeped water is reaches to the water table. Now that water is known as groundwater. We can take on or drawn the groundwater by the well, bore wells as well as the hand pump also. So in this way we can taken the groundwater from earth inside. Okay, students, we know that rain is very important, but heavy rainfall leads to problems. Due to the heavy rainfall, flood happens. Flood affect the human life and it damage to the property and it destruction of grass crops and it affect the health conditions and it leads to the spreading of waterborne diseases. And there is no rain for long time, this also happens a problem. What? Drought is also one of the problem. It happens due to the lack of rainfall for long time. There is no rainfall. What happened? The soil lost their moisture, so that the crops and plants cannot able to grow on the soil. If there is no plant, means there is no food for animals. so that animal also dies. So this also one of the important problem. And scarcity of water. Due to the overpopulation, the people used much more amount of water, and some places the people waste the water. This leads to the scarcity. See the picture. This picture explains the scarcity. Due to the scarcity of water, the people not receive the water or not get the water. This leads to the conflict between them. So this is also dangerous one. So we have to conserve the rainwater. We have to conserve the rainwater in many ways. One of the important way is rainwater harvesting method. What is the rainwater harvesting method? What is the aim of rainwater harvesting method? Catch water where it falls. That is the main aim. Catch water where it falls. Because rain is very important for the survival. Because rain is the purest form of water, and it is also one of the source of water also. So we can do the rainwater harvesting method in many ways. One of the method is rooftop method. In this rooftop method, roof of the house is a catchment area. In this area, rainwater is collected. After that, the collected rainwater is passed to the storage tank through the pipes. In that storage tank, filtering process occurs. So the water filter by using sand bed and gravels and pebbles. After filtering, the water reaches to recharge tank or rainwater harvesting tank. In that rainwater harvesting tank, water is seeped, and this water is reaches the water table. Due to this activity, water level of water in water table is increases. So we can use the water, you can draw the water by hand pump, well, as well as the bore wells. So rooftop method is one of the best method to save the water. Students, in this lesson we have learned about that water, a lot of things about water, chemical components of water, and importance of water, and excess of rainfall leads to what problem, and lack of rainfall leads to what problem, and that over usage or wasting of water is leads to one of the problem. We have discussed lot about that water. We know that only 1% of water on the earth's surface is potable water. That means it can that 1% of water is able to or consumed, it is suitable for consumption. So we should conserve these 1% of water. So students, don't waste water. Save the water by rainwater harvesting method. Saving money is not important compared than saving water. Okay, so save water, save life. Thank you, students.